The year is 1999. The World Wrestling Federation is experiencing its heyday, marked by the Attitude Era, a creative direction known for its edgy, controversial, and often violent content. In a heated ratings war with its rival World Championship Wrestling, the World Wrestling Federation boasts a roster filled with charismatic and talented performers. Icons like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H, Mankind, and more dominate the scene. The World Wrestling Federation Championship is the most coveted prize in the industry, drawing millions of fans each week. Fast forward to 2005, and the World Wrestling Entertainment is still the dominant force. However, it faces new challenges and opportunities. A legal dispute results in a name change from World Wrestling Federation to World Wrestling Entertainment. The roster is divided into two brands, Raw and SmackDown, each featuring exclusive superstars, championships, and weekly shows. World Wrestling Entertainment expands its global reach with international tours, pay-per-views, and partnerships. The roster remains packed with charismatic talents like John Cena, Batista, Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, Edge, and many others. The WWE Championship continues to be the ultimate prize, but the introduction of the World Heavyweight Championship adds a new layer of prestige. Now, let's compare these two iconic eras and explore the evolution of WWE and its superstars over the years. Roster-wise, in 1999, the World Wrestling Federation boasted 110 superstars, while the World Wrestling Entertainment in 2005 had 148. The World Wrestling Federation had a more unified roster, with all superstars competing on the same shows and pay-per-views. In contrast, the World Wrestling Entertainment was divided into Raw and SmackDown brands, occasionally featuring cross-brand matches. The World Wrestling Federation had iconic stars at their peak, while the World Wrestling Entertainment had emerging talents building their legacy. The World Wrestling Federation showcased more diversity in styles and gimmicks, whereas the World Wrestling Entertainment had a more uniform presentation. In terms of storylines, the World Wrestling Federation in 1999 was known for its unpredictable, chaotic, and often shocking narratives, catering to its adult-oriented audience. Controversial themes like sex, violence, and politics were commonplace. The authority figures played significant roles. In 2005, World Wrestling Entertainment storylines were more structured, focusing on the athletic and competitive aspects of wrestling, with a greater emphasis on continuity and realism. Authority figures took a backseat to let the superstars shine. Moving on to matches, World Wrestling Federation matches in 1999 were more varied, intense, and brutal. They often featured stipulations, weapons, interference, and blood, with high-risk moves and dramatic outcomes. In 2005, World Wrestling Entertainment matches were more standard, technical, and clean, following traditional wrestling rules and featuring mat-based and submission-based moves. The audience also played a crucial role. In 1999, the World Wrestling Federation audience was passionate, vocal, and loyal, influencing the product with their feedback and demands. In 2005, the World Wrestling Entertainment audience was more casual and diverse, following the cues of the product with less direct impact on its direction. As we delve deeper into the comparison between World Wrestling Federation in 1999 and World Wrestling Entertainment in 2005, we observe the evolution not just in the roster and the style of matches, but also in the overall production and cultural impact of the shows. Production and presentation. In 1999, World Wrestling Federation's production was gritty, raw, and often improvised, reflecting the edgy nature of the Attitude Era. The show's graphics, music, and promos were unpolished, but packed with energy, mirroring the chaotic narratives of the era. The entrance themes of superstars were iconic, resonating with the rebellious spirit of the time. Fast forward to 2005, and World Wrestling Entertainment's production had become sleeker, more polished, and sophisticated. The set designs for Raw and SmackDown were distinct and visually stunning, catering to a more global audience. The use of pyrotechnics, advanced lighting, and high-definition broadcasting added a new dimension to the viewer experience. The music and graphics became more refined, though some fans missed the raw energy of the Attitude Era. Cultural impact. The World Wrestling Federation in 1999 was a cultural phenomenon. It infiltrated mainstream media with appearances on popular TV shows, movies, and endorsements. The superstars were not just wrestlers. They were icons of rebellion and counterculture. Stone Cold. Steve Austin's anti-authority antics and The Rock's charismatic promos became part of everyday conversations. In contrast, by 2005, World Wrestling Entertainment had become a more family-friendly brand. It focused on appealing to a wider demographic, including children. The superstars, while still larger than life, were now seen more as athletes and entertainers rather than the rebellious icons of the previous era. John Cena's rise epitomized this shift. He was a hero to the younger audience and symbolized WWE's new direction. Technological advancements. The technological landscape also changed significantly between these two eras. In 1999, the Internet was just emerging as a tool for fans to connect and share their passion. However, by 2005, it had become a crucial part of World Wrestling Entertainment's strategy. The company used its website, not just for promotion but also for exclusive content, enhancing fan engagement. Social media was starting to influence how fans interacted with the show and each other, although it hadn't yet become the force it is today. Legacy and nostalgia. As we look back, the legacy of both eras remains strong. Fans of the Attitude Era reminisce about the raw, unfiltered excitement and the stars who seemed larger than life. Meanwhile, fans who grew up with World Wrestling Entertainment of 2005 fondly remember the athleticism, storytelling, and the dawn of a new generation of superstars. Each era has its own charm, its own legends, and its own unforgettable moments that have shaped the landscape of professional wrestling. Comparing World Wrestling Federation in 1999 and World Wrestling Entertainment in 2005 reveals a fascinating evolution in style, presentation, and cultural impact. Each era reflects the societal trends and preferences of its time, showcasing the adaptability and enduring appeal of professional wrestling. Whether fans prefer the rebellious spirit of the Attitude Era or the polished athleticism of the mid-2000s, both periods have contributed significantly to the rich tapestry of wrestling history.